Hello, everybody. It's me, your boy Cryptid. I know we've been having a blast with Chaos Zero Nightmare. I do believe there are some things that we need to change in the future to keep the momentum of the game running and to make sure it doesn't fall out with the current characters and current player base. Uh, just because they have not been having a good run so far with showing off characters, explaining, like with the live streams, for example. They've been doing great in the KR and JP live streams, but for us, for the Western community, they have been dropping the ball immensely. Now, it's not on the creators they've been hiring to do it. It's really on them for structuring it so terribly. The one person that's showing off all the information and everything, like for the last stream, he did not know anything about the character. Any question that was asked of him, not know anything. It was just terrible structure at a core. While we were fumbling around for an hour or two, trying to figure out information, didn't even get epiphanies, didn't even get really showcase of anything. KR and JP are getting so much information, a flood of content shown to them, telling them about roadmaps, this, that, and the other, and we're over here struggling, trying to get translated just so we can get a fraction of the information. It's not fair, it's not right treating half of the player base like this. It just doesn't make any sense. That, and also, if we can get like the character teasers like situation figured out instead of waiting to the very day of figuring out the characters release and everything, need to bump that up, man. They need to show off at least like a week in advance, at least show off some drip marketing and maybe a little bit of gameplay of the character, show off something, and then the day before do a live stream, let us see the character a little bit more, show an actual stream of it, something, instead of it just the day of, you get to see a little bit, people fumbling around, not knowing what they're doing, and then we have to go into the game and make our own deduction because you didn't show us anything. It doesn't make any sense. It really kills the hype for the characters, and they need to get it together because not everybody's gonna really care about the characters if they don't see them, they don't get to know them, they don't like connect with the character in some way, shape, or form. And not everybody's gonna be up at 5 a.m. to watch a stream about idiots fucking around. Like it just doesn't work that way. Another thing they need to get, because right now the 4-piece gear sets, even the ones that just came out, are trash, just utter garbage. Nobody wants to use them. They only use them if they have good stats for them until they get some good 2-piece sets. Because the only really good 2-piece sets we have right now are for DPS. We have the crit damage and attack. And then the last two, they'll probably, throw something around just, to have it there. Maybe if they're using some agony, they'll throw on the agony set, or maybe HP to get the total HP pull up. But the point is, that you get more value out of doing all the 2-piece sets than doing one 4-piece and a 2-piece set. 4-piece sets just are so lackluster, so underpowered, it doesn't make any sense to use them. And then you get the new domain, where one of the 4-piece sets is for a character we don't even know who. And we can't really use it on any of the characters we have now. More damage against, for instinct targets, against ravaged targets. Let's see here. Let's go into the agent collection. How many characters are we going to use that on? What, Kalipe? Or Leia? Not happening. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to use that ravage damage on Nia. Or Cassius. Those are our options for ravage damage. So obviously, it's not going to be a character we have now. So we're pre-firing possibly for a character we don't know. We don't know if we'll use. We don't know if we like them because they haven't shown anything off. It's just, this is a waste of time. Both these sets aren't worth your time. Both of them are 4-piece sets. 4-piece set just for 50% extra damage only on ravaged targets? What are you thinking? This set sucks. Objectively. Unless the character that's coming out has some insane multipliers for ravaged targets specifically, or does some crazy things, this set isn't going to be worth it your time. This set, even for Chizuru, isn't even really worth your time. You got to get 4 pieces that have good stats on them, or you can use your old farming sets, get some good 2 pieces for attack, get some good 2 pieces for crit damage, and just have a ball. It's just not worth your time for when hitting 2 times with 1 attack card, so multi-hit cards, you get a 10% damage for void card. So you can get a 20% damage boost after you hit 2 attack cards with multi-hits. And then everything after that will get that 40%. Or 20%, I should say. It's just not worth it for 20%. You get more value out of this one. You get 20% to void cards after you exhaust 1 card. This, honestly, depending on what build you use for Chizuru, is more viable because you get it faster. Because if you use her skill cards, like the build I have for her, open this up. If you use her skill card right here, the Oni Hunt, it creates 2 of these that cost 0 and exhaust. So you use this, boom, right here, 20% for there on out. That's faster, more viable, and it's a set that's already been out, so you don't have to slowly build it up. It just doesn't make any sense. The sets need to be rebalanced and either turn some of them into 2-piece sets so they are more viable, or figure something out with buffing them, because the 4-piece sets suck. Another thing we need to look at is the maps for this. Doing the same map over and over again for Chaos is just crazy. Having no variety whatsoever really doesn't feel nice. Like, yeah, you can kind of figure it out, but at least one other map, or at least double the kind of occurrences. Like, you can keep the same map, right? Change the bosses up a little bit, maybe have like 1 special boss instead of reusing the same 2 bosses from an already existing planet. Maybe switch it up, throw in 1 extra, like 2 extra bosses, so you're not getting the same 2 bosses over and over again, and like double the occurrences or something, and make it. They need to make it easier for that card copy event to pop up. Because even when it does pop up, it gives you 3 random cards instead of choosing. Fundamentally worse than the regular worlds, because you can almost guarantee that card event for the most part. It's like a 90% chance of occurrence. While this, I'll maybe see like 30% of the time in these worlds. Doesn't make any sense. That really needs to get fixed also. And then they added the new fate occurrence that dilutes the pool and makes it so you can't get the actual good occurrences, and it's just a wasted thing because you can't take it out of the event or out of the thing. I don't know what they're thinking. That guy really needs to reevaluate who was doing. Whoever dev did that, they need to get a strong talking to, let's say. Because no player, I don't think, has ever liked that event. Because you get nothing out of it. It is a worthless event because you can't take anything about it out of it. It doesn't make any sense, and they needed to get together, honestly. Because fundamentally, if you look at this world compared to the other worlds, it's just worse. And yeah, they added it in so that Zero system, you can technically get it as seasonal content. But if you do it in the Zero system, you do not get any of the seasonal equipments or cards or anything. So you get the tag to have a regular deck and use the regular deck anywhere, but you don't get any of the special effects. You don't get any of the special equipment to make things fun, any of the special cards to spice up your deck. You don't get anything. So it's really not a proper replacement at all. And they just need to switch it up and make the seasonal content better and not feel, you know, as disheartened because you're technically playing a worse version of Zero System, Lab Zero. And I know they're coming out with a new mode, kind of like a different version of the basin of hyperspace. I just hope they do not follow the same issues and the same kind of trajectory that Honkai Star Rail did, because Honkai Star Rail had characters that weren't good anywhere really, so they made an event, a in-game mode called Pure Fiction. With Pure Fiction, they made it so it is a complete wave-based AoE slog to just destroy things in waves as fast as you can. So all the strong single target boss killers didn't really matter. They made a mode specifically for those characters. But then what that did is they made characters specifically for those modes. So if the power creep was starting to set in and your old AoE damage dealer couldn't really keep up, well, here's this new AoE damage dealer, but you're only getting this damage dealer for this one thing, and then everything else they're crap at. It really doesn't feel good. What they need to do is make it so it feels more expansive, so that all the characters can be used, instead of in this speed turn gameplay where only the high damage, like single target card draw characters are viable. Like, yes, of course we need a place where Kalipe, Magna, and everything are good in in-game, but we also need to make it so it's not only a AoE characters that are good, but we need to make it so it's a place where everybody can be good. Yes, I know that's a tall order to fill, but it is very precariously balanced on how everything will be set in the future and how characters will be released later on. If they go down the wrong path and they start doing things like Star Rail, people aren't going to be happy, because people like myself left Star Rail because of all these different issues that were happening with it. And I don't want to see the same occurrence happen in Chaos Nightmare, because I really love this game. I play it every day. I'm very dedicated. I just don't want them to fall into the same trap, because they're already starting to do things that remind you of Star Rail, like the little unigram system where you get text with affection and everything from characters, and a lot of other different features, which it's fine to have inspiration. I'm all about having inspiration. I just don't want them to follow that inspiration so hard that they also follow their mistakes. Honestly, if they just fix these couple things, this game is going to pop off like crazy. They just need to show off the characters, do more teases, really fix the streams, because I feel like that's what a lot of people hate the most, was the streams just not being worth a damn and not any minute that they sit there with it. Once they get this fixed, I'm sure this game is going to go great. And let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one. Peace.